Now, seek help and on this afternoon. Governor Fubara assures the state will bounce back. Labour warns of protest if Supreme Court judgment affects Rivers salaries. On foreign scene, UK European leaders join forces to draft Ukraine peace plan to take to US. I'm Ifechi Kumoyelu with the news. Now, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara says the state will bounce back. Governor Fubara said this today during the commissioning of the Rivers State Government House staff quarters. Quoting the Bible, Governor Fubara said victory is assured.
I want us to look at Philippians 3 verse 18 to 19. And it reads, "For as I've often told you before, and now I tell you again, even with tears, many live as enemy of the cross of Christ. Their destiny is destruction, and their God is in their stomach, and their glory is in their shame. Their mind is set on earthly things only." I want to say here today, and to assure everyone that has stood with us, our strength is in the supreme being. That even when we fail here, our victory is assured.
Governor Fubara said he is not scared of anything. He said the interest of Rivers State remains his priority, even if it means paying the supreme sacrifice.
In this state, it has gotten to a point where this state have decided to take their destiny by their hands. In as much as I don't subscribe to violence, when the time comes for us to take a decision, I will lead the cause for that decision. Let me say it again. I'm not scared of anything. The worst that will happen is me to leave the office. It's not. Am I leaving the earth? Is it going to stop me from existing? So I'm not even bothered about that. But the right thing must be done.
Governor Fubara assured supporters that although Friday's Supreme Court's judgment has dampened their spirit, they should brace up as what is ahead is more than what they have passed through.
I want to assure you, all our supporters, I know the news that break that on Friday must have dampened your spirit. Brace up, what is ahead is more than what we just passed. As a human being, I know you feel somehow, but just relax. God has our back. I want to thank you for your support and assure you that if there is one person on this planet Earth that will continue to stand by you, I will be that person. I assure you that I will lead you with honor, I will lead you with respect, and I will lead you with integrity.
The state governor said the Government House Staff Quarters project is to show that there is a legitimate purpose-driven governance in Rivers State.
I want to assure you, all our supporters, I know the news that break that on Friday must have dampened your spirit. Brace up, what is ahead is more than what we just passed. As a human being, I know you feel somehow, but just relax. God has our back. I want to thank you for your support and assure you that if there is one person on this planet Earth that will continue to stand by you, I will be that person. I assure you that I will lead you with honor, I will lead you with respect, and I will lead you with integrity.
Now, in the same vein, Chairman of the Joint Union Negotiating Council, Rivers State, Emecheta Chukwu, has warned that Labour in the state will protest if the Supreme Court judgment stopping Rivers State allocation affects the salaries of civil servants. Mr. Chukwu said this to journalists on the sideline of the commissioning of the Rivers State Government House staff quarters. He said he expects the judiciary to protect the common man and not to inflict pain.
If we don't receive our salary, we will come out on the street. We will say no to it. We will say no because the judgment should be able to protect the ordinary man. That is why judiciary is the last hope of the common man. If this is done and salary is seized, people are no longer paid. How do you expect people to pay their children's school fees? How do you expect them to pay rent? How do you expect them to go to work? It will mean that those that are supposed to protect us are no longer protecting us.
Mr. Chukwu applauded the governor for constructing the government house staff quarters despite the distractions.
Anything that borders on the issue of payment of the ordinary worker of Rivers State, we're not talking about it. So whatever that is going on is political. We are not addressing it from the political angle. We are addressing it as it will affect workers. The workers are very, very comfortable with what His Excellency is doing by paying them their monthly salary, paying them all the allowances, all that is due them, all the gratuities and the rest of them.
The Development Commissioner for Information, Joe Johnson, has granted in court order halting the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, from disbursing the state allocation as a setback for delivering the dividends of democracy. Speaking on Nigerian Info FM's Morning Cross, the government legal team would receive the full judgment in order to determine the appropriate next steps.
Well, it's a big pushback, but I will say that God is the one who can see the future. I don't have the clairvoyance to know what tomorrow will bring, but I know that we have a governor who has a lot of magic wand. I call him somebody that is a blueprint of what Nigeria should really look for as a government. Perhaps in the days to come, like in his broadcast, he said that by Friday this week we will see the certified true copy of the judgment. We'll look at it, evaluate it, and see how to move on. But like I said, it's a difficult challenge.
In the meantime, a stakeholder of the PDP in the Che local government area, Promise Nwankwo, has described the recent judgment of the Supreme Court as an intervention of God to vindicate the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. In an interview with our correspondent, Mr. Nwankwo, who now claims to be the authentic chief of the local government area, described the prowess of the FCT Minister as inspiring.
Chief Nyesom Wike's leadership is truly inspiring. He has the remarkable ability to bring his people together. I love him so much. God really intervened through the highest court of the land to vindicate the cries and the yearning of river. It was quite unfortunate. I asked questions on this. What did we do to deserve the unwarranted composed sound tagged day? We gave our muscles, strength, and contributions through our supreme leader, Chief Nyesom Wike. My sincere appreciation goes to Supreme Court for their dedication and boldness to upholding the law of the land.
Recall that last week, the Supreme Court, in its judgment, nullified the council election conducted by RISIEC in 2024. Still to come, NYSC core members disappointed over federal government's failure to pay 77,000 naira allowance. Stay with us.
To thrive in a fast-changing world.
Tune in to 92.3 Nigeria Info. Keep your dial locked for sustainable development.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back, and now the rest of the news. Some core members in Rivers State have expressed disappointment over the federal government's failure to pay them the promised 77,000 naira allowance. Recall that in January 2025, the NYSC Director General Brigadier General Yushal Ahmed announced that core members will begin receiving the increased allowance in February. But in an interview with our correspondent, some core members say they still got 33,000 naira for their February allowance.
How can the federal government still pay 33,000 naira after they are promised to pay the new payment, which is 77,000 naira, to core members? I'm highly disappointed to receive 3,000 naira again. Why can't they implement their promise? We are all aware that the payment was captured in the 2025 budget.
Every core member had their hopes high. Everybody was happy. Everybody was proud that they are going to implement it finally. And still, nothing is so crazy. It's so disappointing. I don't come on mind for anything we concern Nigeria and truthfulness. See Nigeria, see truthfulness like this. They are apart, far apart. They should keep on disappointing us now. There is no point. There is no point because I'm speaking from a place of anger and disappointment.
And now the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, has announced the temporary closure of runway 18R/36L at Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, for rehabilitation work. The closure, scheduled for today and tomorrow, comes just 2 weeks after the runway was reopened following an 11-month maintenance shutdown. In a memo dated February 28, FAN's head of operations, J.U. Wosu, cited safety concerns, stating that construction equipment at the A2 taxiway link could pose a hazard to landing and departing aircraft. In other news, the Rivers State Ministry of Health is inviting the newly employed 1,000 of Rivers State Hospital Management Board for a one-day orientation program. The State Commissioner for Health, Adeze Ore, who made this known in a statement, said the orientation program will take place tomorrow, 4th of March, at the Tamara Event Center, Ministry of Women Affairs Complex, number 4 Eastern Bypass, Marine Base, Port Harcourt, by 8 a.m. And now in business, Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals says it would absorb 16 billion naira loss, refunding 65 naira per marketer, so Nigerians will benefit from cheaper fuel. In a statement issued over the weekend, the refinery said it will refund customers who bought petrol at higher than the key partners. The move follows the refinery's recent reduction of its gantry price from 890 naira per litre to 825 naira per litre. The refinery said it is part of its ongoing effort to ensure that Nigerians are the primary beneficiaries of the price reduction and in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, which aims to stimulate the economy. In entertainment, American rapper Offset has requested joint legal custody of his 3 children with Cardi B in their ongoing divorce case, while also agreeing that Cardi's home should be their primary residence. Offset is asking the court to determine child support responsibilities, divide their marital assets, and ensure both parties cover their own legal fees. The couple, who have had an on and off relationship, have filed for divorce multiple times, with Cardi previously retracting a filing in 2020. And now in sports, Manchester United coach Ruben Amorim has responded to club legend Wayne Rooney, who criticized him while on BBC Sports, calling him naive for stating that United's goal is to win the Premier League. Despite their FA Cup exit to Fulham, Amorim reaffirmed the club's commitment to winning the league under Project 20. Just in, the Rivers State House of Assembly has given Governor Siminalayi Fubara 48 hours to present the 2025 budget to the lawmakers. The lawmakers said this during plenary in Port Harcourt today.
And now we bring you news from around the world.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says European leaders have agreed to draw up a Ukraine peace plan to present to the United States. It is a vital step for Washington to be able to offer security guarantees that Kyiv says are essential to deter Russia. At a summit in London, just 2 days after Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky clashed with US President Donald Trump and cut short a visit to Washington, European leaders offered a strong show of support to the Ukrainian president and promised to do more to help his nation.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Well, that's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. Governor Fubara has assured that the state will bounce back despite Supreme Court judgment. The organized labor has warned of protest if the Supreme Court judgment affects Rivers civil servants' salaries. The Rivers State House of Assembly has given Governor Siminalayi Fubara 48 hours to present the 2025 budget to the lawmakers. On the foreign scene, the UK and European leaders have joined forces to draft Ukraine peace plan to take to US. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyale. Many thanks for listening.